There is a secret behind Spotify's marketing strategy that made them billions. And in this video, I will reveal exactly what they did. Let's get into the secret strategies of Spotify. I've been obsessing over Spotify's marketing for over 2 weeks now, and I realized that in order to explain this, I first have to mention an important business terminology: the CAC to LTV ratio. It measures the cost of acquiring a new customer against the money the customer brings into the company over their lifetime. For Spotify, the average subscription lasts around 3 years, with a monthly cost of $11 in the United States. This gives us a lifetime value of $400. If the lifetime value of a customer is 3 times higher than the cost of getting that client, then that's generally seen as a good result. In this case, even if it costs more than $50 to get one new client for Spotify, then the customer lifetime value makes it worth it. Spotify's freemium model attracts users with a free version, promoting upgrades through in-app ads. This model is optimized for CAC to LTV, as it costs nothing to advertise on their own platform. This is also why Spotify mainly wants to drag people into the freemium model. Now, the most popular marketing channels in regards to CAC to LTV are email marketing, SEO, word of mouth, and the use of social media. And we are now going to take a look at the marketing methods brands like Spotify use in order to get potential users like you to sign up for them. And first off, Spotify uses tons and tons of data to personalize your ad experience. And they're analyzing factors like age, location, and listening habits. For example, users who enjoy country music might also be recommended songs by artists like Taylor Swift because of their similar lyrical themes. In other words, if you like to listen to Rolling Stones, it would make sense that you would get ads from Spotify about songs from Guns N' Roses and not Nicki Minaj, right? Their data also reveals a lot about the negative feelings people have towards certain genres. For example, Kanye West's music is probably not very popular in Israel right now because of his anti-Semitic comments. Marketing managers need to pay close attention to details like that, or else it might hurt the brand if the wrong artists are marketed in the wrong places. Now, let's take a look at this ad in particular. To an untrained eye, it might look like a normal ad that just looks funny. This ad, it shows that they care about their users and that they have a sense of humor. But keep in mind that Spotify has more than 600 million users. That's more than every country on the planet except from China and India. Their algorithm managed to see something strange in one person's behavior on a specific day and also looked at that person's search history and saw something funny enough that they wanted to broadcast it. For that reason, what you need to remember is that it's not only about getting as much data as possible. Companies like Spotify need to be able to sort through it with an AI and make sense of it, which is something that Spotify has mastered. When I was digging through the research for this video, I found my favorite hidden way that Spotify is gaining new clients, and it is through SEO, which stands for search engine optimization. Basically, how to rank higher on Google for important keywords. For example, when somebody's searching for information about a musician. The most straightforward way to implement this strategy is to find out what people are asking about an artist and then give the answers on your website. If a person Googles a music-related question, whichever website answers in the most user-friendly way, that website will rank highest on Google. Well, Spotify more than over-delivered on this. They interview their top artists, they write tons and tons of content about everything under the sun regarding musicians, their genres, and they promote podcasts that talk about questions like this. We've all seen that Spotify is using social media, and that's nothing new, especially in their marketing. But the way that they're using it in order to get social proof might actually surprise you. Each time users share their playlists or listening habits, it acts as free advertising, increasing Spotify's visibility and credibility. When people talk to each other about a specific product or service, it increases legitimacy and what's called the social proof. If someone is talking about Spotify, then maybe it's not such a weird thing to at least check it out, right? Compare this to if I, for example, created an identical product to Spotify named Martin's Music, spent billions of dollars and had millions of people working for me. even if I tell you that Martin's music is much better than Spotify, will leave you much more satisfied and is also cheaper, but you've never even seen my logo and it's never been shared on social media, you're probably not going to change your behavior and stick with Spotify, right? You simply need more convincing, like ad, billboards, and your entire social media network mentioning Martin's music. That might convince you that it's okay to at least try it out, since it seems to be good. And that is exactly the strategy that Spotify has used. User-generated content also tells Spotify what people like and don't like about them, which is basically like a free customer survey when you gather all of the user-generated content and analyze it. Keep in mind that marketers have tools to see the entire social media platform and what it's saying about the company and get an overall sense of the mood of the internet about a certain subject. And this is basically how they use it. For example, if Kanye West says something extremely controversial again, the marketing department of Spotify can actually see in real time if people are saying that because Spotify uses Kanye West's music, we will no longer use Spotify. For that reason, Spotify and their marketing team, especially their PR team, can respond extremely quickly to what's happening to the market and get on top of PR nightmares. Strategic alliances are very important for Spotify's success. Deals with major labels like Sony, Universal, and Warner provide content, while integrations with platforms like Facebook, Apple, and Android ensure seamless user experience and increase accessibility. Spotify grows organically through pre-installed and integrations with other platforms. For example, Spotify is also integrated with Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and the Apple Watch. If you have Spotify on your Android and you sit down in a new car with a smart system, chances are that you can turn on Spotify in your car just like that. If you've attended many music festivals, you've probably also seen Spotify's logo frequently. This is because they want to be associated with these events, providing a natural collaboration. If you listen to a pre-band at a festival and you like them, you can scan a QR code and start listening to their songs on Spotify immediately. Spotify expanded from being a music streaming service to an audio platform, including podcasts, audiobooks, and exclusive content. This diversification juices risks and attracts new, wider audiences, enhancing user engagement and also the retention. The reason I don't know names of pretty much any artist is because I usually put on a 5-hour jazz lounge continuous background music video on YouTube and I just let it play. I also love to listen to podcasts where scientists and fascinating people talk about their fields. And now that Spotify offers exactly this kind of content on their platform, somebody like me is now more interested in using Spotify. Another example of diversification that I also liked is that they're creating live audio events and recording local music events that would otherwise go completely unnoticed. This local content is now accessible to a global audience thanks to Spotify's diversification. They even tried video with Joe Rogan because it was an important part of his show. Through diversification and innovation like this, companies come up with something new and fantastic for entire industry. And Spotify has to do this in order to always stay ahead of the competition. Maintaining brand consistency while localizing content is crucial for Spotify. Adapting to local cultures and preferences ensures relevance, while consistent branding builds global recognition and trust. And here are 3 examples of how Spotify made local ads that would not have worked anywhere else. Spotify ran a campaign called Ninja Beats, where they spotlighted emerging Nigerian artists. This not only promoted local talent, but also engaged the audience with cultural relevant content. During Ramadan, Spotify launched a series of ads called Ramadan Reflection, featuring peaceful, reflective music suitable for the holy month. They also included inspirational quotes from local influencers and artists, creating a sense of community and spiritual connection. Spotify created playful ads of K-pop idols performing quirky dance moves, appealing to both local and international fans. The tagline "Stream Your Bias on Spotify" connected with the K-pop fandom culture in Korea. Even though I've worked many years in the industry, I would never be able to come up with these campaigns on my own, simply because because I don't know enough about these cultures. Subscribe and click right over here to watch an insane marketing story about Rolex. Until next time, take care.